Yeah, welcome to another episode of the No Excuses, No Bullshit podcast, Carlos. How is it going?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, also doing fine. I've been sick the past week, but today will be the first day to get back to my workout routine, and yeah, already looking forward. And also looking
Yeah.
forward to our call today since we have some very interesting topics today.
Yeah, and we were just talking offline about how you were sick a little bit, but you look good, man. You are
Slowly coming back.
yeah, slowly coming back, but it's always an emotional roller coaster, There's ups and downs. It can't always
Yes.
be up. It can't always be up. There's gonna be down. So as long as you don't stay down for too long and get back up, I think we're good.
Yes, yeah, I have noticed that working out is really something that's in my not only in my routines, but this gives me a break, like
Yeah.
becomes something very important. And you notice if you are not able to do it
Yeah.
in terms of mood and
And I
stuff.
think it's like that a lot for people. They say working out, moving the body is a form of recovery. But for a lot of people it's a chore,
Yeah.
I know people who say, "Oh man, I don't want to work out. I want to just relax." But those same people who say that, I truly believe if they make it a habit to exercise, to work out, they're going to start changing their mindset and start saying, I want to work out as a recovery, like because they start to understand and feel like good, from
Immediately.
exercise. They have to learn that they have to understand it.
The thing is, as you say, I think the first, if you could show the benefit, like like dropping the feelings and dropping the emotions on them, just for a second, they would do it. Like even if you
Yeah.
work out 10 to 20 minutes, you see benefits, not only
Yeah.
physically, not only the appearance, but also the mood. And
Right.
this directly leads me to the first topic I want to hop on today. And yeah, we said we talk a little about recovery. And as you know, I'm really into the cold exposure, and I really like to hop into the ice water and doing cold showers. And yeah, why should you do that? So there are two things why you should do that. So first, if you're an athlete, it really helps to boost the recovery because it reduces the post-workout soreness.
Mm.
So it does that by reducing the muscle inflammation. And yeah, that's one thing. And
Mm.
another thing is the mood enhancement. You know, I don't know if you do anything in the direction of cold exposure, Carlos?
Yeah, I
Have you
do.
tried it?
Cold showers. I don't fill the bathtub, but I take cold showers. I'll turn the shower head. Is that good? Do you think I'll get? Because I feel it for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah,
and I'll do it for
definitely.
like a minute. Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing also for the mindset, right? Because
Yeah.
you go in there and oh, the cold water is coming. And yeah, it's definitely a initial barrier, right, to do that.
Mm.
But it really differs. What's the goal behind it? If you want to do it because of recovery, so to reduce the muscle soreness, it works better to go into an ice bath, and it also depends on the temperature. So you should go to between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius,
Okay.
or I think 50 to 59 degree Fahrenheit. So that's
Okay.
basically the temperature you should go for. Five
Does
to
it have to be in a
five
in
to
a
10 minutes.
bathtub necessarily?
For muscle soreness, it's better because it covers the whole body.
Mm.
So for muscle recovery, yes. Um, and between 5 and 10 minutes. But if you just want to have the second benefit, so the mood enhancement, it's totally fine to go for cold showers. It's
Mm.
totally fine. But
You don't need.
for muscle
Go ahead.
soreness, it's better to go for ice baths. So that's at least what I have written. That's according to some studies. Yeah.
Okay. And when you say ice bath, does it have to be like you said the cold? Um, you
It's a,
mentioned the how cold it has to be. You don't need like actual ice, right? You call it ice bath, but it doesn't have to be like putting ice cubes, or you think that would be even more beneficial?
I mean, in my opinion, it looks cooler. It
Yeah.
looks cooler, but
Yeah.
no, it's about the temperature. And I've also heard in the Andrew Huberman podcast, they have a series about recovery there, or like workout routines, workout protocols. And there's also I think one session about recovery only, and they were also talking about that it's even better if you're in the cold water and it's moving a little bit. So it's not
Oh,
totally still. But that's very special, like we are talking about pro recovery.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you just want to work on your recovery and to improve your recovery muscle soreness, I think it's totally fine to go without ice, but look at the temperature and the duration. So
yeah.
the
And
colder it is, of course, the less time you need to spend in there.
oh, interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So
The colder it is, the less
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Okay. And you said 5 to 10 minutes or so?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
So
good.
I, so what I have researched is or what I have written sorry, what I have read is 50 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and so 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how
Five
cold
to
it
10 minutes.
is. Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned the second benefit, the mood enhancer. The way, yeah, I do the cold showers and I'll do it for like, I don't know, anywhere from like 1 to like 6 minutes. But after the 5th minute, I'm not really feeling anything anymore because my body is
Adapting.
used to it. Yeah, yeah. Um, but like the mood booster, like you say, I do
Mm,
feel it. It's also from the beginning, like before you're doing it, you're already thinking, man, I don't want to do this, right? So
yeah.
you're already in that sense, you're building your willpower because you're doing things you don't want to do, but you know they're good for you, right? And that's a benefit. And then you're in it, and then you're you're suffering a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and then when I get out of the shower, it's almost like it's cold outside, but I'm feeling warm because your body goes into it starts heating up, right? It burns calories. It's burning. That's where the fat loss comes from, right? Because
Yes.
your body's responding. It's feeling threatened or whatever, however you call it, and so it starts to try to heat up to stay warm. And
Yeah, this requires energy, right? And that's why they also say it's good for fat loss.
yeah,
And
good for us. Yeah.
regarding the mood boost, there was a study I think they have measured that the dopamine um,
Hmm.
is up 250%. It can be up
Oh wow.
250%. Yeah. So that's what you actually feel right after it, like the boost.
Yeah.
And the also what's interesting, it can really last for several hours. So that's really interesting. And
That's good.
so I tested this because like I have been in the ice bath in the mornings right after my workouts, and after watching the series about recovery, they told that it's not good to do the ice bath right after because it can um, can influence the muscle growth. So
Yeah.
I shifted this a little, and I noticed that I'm missing the morning boost from the cold exposure. So I
Really.
really missed it, like in the beginning because I was so used to it. And so I shifted
Yeah.
it 6 to 8 hours later. So this should be fine. They said that it's not blocking the muscle growth.
Yeah, that's good that the like you said the dopamine for anybody listening to this, I mean, if you don't want to get your dopamine from other sources,
Oh
just
yes.
take a shower and you get your
Yeah.
dopamine that way.
It's actually a good tool. I also use it when I'm low in energy or if I have a bad mood.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just go into the ice shower and
Yeah, that's great.
it works. like it really works for me.
Yeah. Um, I have to do that, you know, because I've been feeling kind of shitty the last couple of days. So I
Yeah.
think the best thing to do is just to it works to snap you out of your tunnel vision, you know,
Yes.
your blurry vision. I mean, it's a metaphor. What I'm just trying to mean, like your when you're kind of you're not feeling, you know, your emotions are not there, you know, and if you don't feel like journaling and writing, you just go take a cold shower and you kind of like change your perspective and snap out of it. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely start doing that because I usually do it in the morning. So, and then that's the only time. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So what I do, I think, for me, and I think for a lot of people, especially now because everybody's working from home, you know, and a lot of people have remote jobs. This, this connection with people, you know, where there anxiety, I don't know if you've been looking at the statistics recently, but I post a lot about anxiety and fear, and the statistics are staggering on just how much anxiety has increased among people in the United States. And a lot of it I think has to do with people being in their own mind, you know, being alone and having all these thoughts and not being around how we used to be, you know, when we used to grow up with people, with the circle, with friends, and people don't really have that these days. They don't have coworkers, you know, they're just working from home. And for me, it's a form of recovery because you're completely disconnecting, you know, like for me when I'm having a nice deep you know, having a conversation with you, for example, right now, I'm completely disconnected from what I'm thinking about, from work, from my life, whatever, assuming it's a deep conversation, right, and
yeah.
it's an enjoyable conversation. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how it would not disconnect you. And because that's what recovery is too, right? It's not just recovering the body or the mind even, but disconnecting, right?
Yes.
Disconnecting from life completely, from screens, from everything. Because our concentration too, right? Our concentration is very it's finite. It's not, we don't have infinity concentration. You have to recharge your concentration, and if you're always, you know, concentrating, um, you're gonna waste it, you know, and that's how you burn out. That's why you feel tired, you can't focus. um, and one of the things I do now is you do this as well, time boxing. So I'll work in
Yes.
90 minute 90-minute sessions, and then I'll take 30-minute breaks, and I have that scheduled in my calendar. So I don't have a to-do list anymore, because with a to-do list it's um, so easy to add a bunch of things on your to-do list, but you're not really, you know, when you put it on a calendar, you see, you can't lie to your calendar unless your calendar
Yes.
starts midnight and ends at midnight, right? But I mean, you allocate your tasks to the calendar and you see, you know, how much time you have, and then if you just schedule those 90-minute sessions, or yeah, not the 90-minute sessions, the 30-minute breaks after 90 minutes. So I have 30-minute breaks in my calendar, and my schedule will work around the 30-minute sessions. Um,
That's a good approach. Like what I have found is a mix, like what works best for me.
yeah, it's
So
not perfect, I think. I mean, it's
so it's a trial and error, I would say, how you do it in the end.
yeah,
So we have time boxes. I have time boxes. So for example, one time box is, I don't know, podcast editing or um, client work or anything like this. And I have a second, I already told you about that. I have a get shit done list.
right.
I have tasks that are one-timers, you know, like just things you need to do, and I have
Mm,
recurring tasks that I always do. The recurring tasks I have scheduled like you in time boxes in the
mm,
calendar, but I
yeah,
also have time boxes for work of those one-time tasks. So I don't know which task I'm working in within that time box because it
I
says
see.
like work off items from the get shit done list.
Yeah,
and then I choose the ones with the highest priority from that get shit done list.
I
But
like that.
I want to ensure that I'm not always work on operational tasks day in, day out. I also want to do tasks that move the needle forward. You know, like
Yes, I
the
like
coding
that.
stuff and stuff. So it's a mix, you know, but
Yeah.
you need to try out yourself, you know. I
Yes.
also it took me some time to find out the best way to work without being too much in my head, thinking about what to do next, you know.
Yeah.
So that took some time.
I like that time box that you have just for things that are not recurring, right? You
Yes,
said,
yes,
but
yes.
you want the needle to move forward.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's interesting. Yeah,
So
I'll
so
have to
so
try that.
split. So basically, it's split between you have those operational tasks, the recurring tasks, and you have
Yeah,
tasks that are one-timers, like you know, like a
yeah,
brainstorming session. Okay, I have an idea to improve the coaching program. I have an idea for the next podcast session with you, for example.
yeah, yeah.
And then I have this on my get shit done list, like brainstorm new ideas for the podcast, for example. And then
Right,
I have those time boxes that give me space to do those tasks, you know,
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and that just frees your mind, you know.
yeah.
It reduces the
Frees your
mental.
mind, and also like you want to get those one-time tasks completed because they start
Yes.
piling up, right?
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I agree with you. It's a constant trial and error, and you have to see what works. And it's like who said somebody said I don't know, I don't think it was James Clear, it was somebody else who said we're constant works in progress. We're always improving
Yeah.
ourselves. It's a never-ending journey, and it's not only with ourselves, but it's with our systems. You know, there's always room to improve our systems. So it's always you're always improving your systems, seeing it's not like I'm constantly thinking about it, but I'm constantly thinking about it because it's I don't want to say it's addicting, but when you think in systems, when you think in processes, and you're thinking about okay, how can I be more efficient with the limited time we have, right? Um, and I enjoy it. I don't mind it. You enjoy. I know you enjoy it too.
Yeah,
Um,
well, like the previous weeks were chaos. Like
yeah,
it have been like total chaos. Like I was
yeah,
like putting time boxes left, right,
yeah,
up, down. Like I was really trying to find an even better way to do it. But then
yeah,
I noticed the previous system worked
yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
Like you don't always need to improve the existing system.
No,
I mean
that's a sign you're addicted.
yeah, if it doesn't work, okay,
Yeah,
then you gotta change something. But if
yeah.
it works, leave it for a while and
Leave it for
use
a
it
while.
and until it doesn't work anymore. But
Yeah,
I have also limited myself to rework the plan all the time and
yeah,
give it some time, you know, to see if it works or not. And
yeah.
yeah, it was chaos, but I'm back on track, you know, back from sickness and I'm feeling good again, feeling motivated again to keep pushing forward.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Awesome. No, this has been great. Very helpful for me as well, learning about the cold shower. I think I'm definitely gonna do the cold shower when when my emotions are not where I want them to be. I'm just gonna jump in the shower and do a
Yeah,
cold shower.
Carlos, do it regularly. You will, if you do it as a daily habit, it really like you
Yeah.
will see some improvement in dopamine.
Yeah. No, I
Dopamine.
do it after I work out for sure. After I run or after I do strength training, I do it. But I'm saying like during the day, for example, I'll just jump in the shower.
As a tool, like a quick fix.
As an emotion regulation tool, yeah. Because
Yeah,
people don't talk about that. They talk about different things with managing your emotions, but they don't talk about
yeah.
cold shower, you know? I think,
Recovery, especially. Like everybody thinks about
yeah,
recovery
yeah,
when we code in terms of like when talking about code exposure, but
yeah,
in fact, it's also a mood regulation tool. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Was a nice talk as always, and yeah, already looking forward to the next call. Like maybe we will get another one in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. This would be awesome.
Yeah,
Let's see
likewise,
what
man.
the next topic will be.
Yeah,
But
sure, man.
have a nice rest of the weekend, bro.
You too, man. Talk
Bye.
soon.